It's early morning, and today I want to explore a pond that I haven't fished before, or I've been here for like 5 minutes, because there's really no place to park. And the place I did park is an office building. They're not working today, so hopefully I don't get towed. But the reason why I want to do this is to show you guys what it's like to find a place that gets literally no pressure. So I got lucky, and on my birthday, my wife took me kayaking on this water sport lake, which also allowed you to fish if you brought your fishing rod. Now, it's a private lake. Nobody's going to be fishing the shoreline. In fact, there's no shoreline access. You have to go in through a couple of different entry points that are private. And we got these kayaks, and we were out there for maybe an hour, and I fished a total of maybe 15 minutes and hooked up to 5 different fish. But that's because they're not pressured. So if you can find a place that seems a little odd, you can be really, really successful, because low pressure means there's no competition, the fish aren't being pulled out and released, they're much more likely to hit stuff. In this pond, there's no place to actually park. And it's not off the way or anything, it's right off of a major sports complex. But there's no place to park, and I've never seen anybody fish it. You'd have to park or walk in from your house or ride your bike somewhere. But we're gonna go fish it, because last time I was here, which again was really quick, first cast I missed a 6 or 7 pound fish in this corner, which I'm going to right now. Holy crap! Oh my gosh! Did he break the line? He took that right there at the shore. Oh shit, he's still on. Oh, it's got the reverse wind on. Tom, you idiot. Damn. Hanging out with these ducks. So, let me get tied up and get some top water going on. The wind is pushing in my face right now, so it's going to push these fish up into this back end here. And we'll see if I can't catch something good. Let's try some top water before the sun gets too high and bright. It's about 99 degrees today. You guys saw that or not, he literally jumped up out of the air for this. He's fighting hard. Let's get him up here. Come here. It's a good bass. This is a good, these thick fish too, man. Perfect hook set. Look at that. Big and fat. He literally jumped up out of the water for this. There are bigger fish in here, and that was a really aggressive bite, so it's only feeding. Which is good. Let's get this corner of his mouth. There we go. Popped out. Thick fish, healthy, beautiful. There's looking back in there. Bad thing about ponds like these is that if there's not a lot of cover, like all this woodline you see across the other side there, I'd love to get to it, but it's within the complex and it's gated. Let me tangle my line all up. Just cast along the shore over here. But it's gated, and but there's not much the fish can relate to besides that. So anywhere where there are branches over the water or shrubs, that's where these fish are going to be piled up at. It's just tree limbs and trees that are in the water, and that's where this fish are going to be piled up, but can't get to it from here. Oh man, no way. I just had something big come up and grab it while I was talking. Took the Senko right off the hook. Might have been a gar. It hit pretty hard. So anytime you're fishing in Florida and you see a pond or any body of water and there's all these splashes where fish hitting the surface, but they sound like something's being sucked underneath, where you see the tails come up, 90% of the time it's gar. And I know there's a lot of gar in here. I've seen them, and I see them hitting the surface. So a lot of people I know will freak out, and they'll throw on top water. They'll be out there trying to catch what they think are bass, but they're actually just gar. I noticed stuff moving right in front of me. There's a big sailfin catfish down there. Forward in the bottom. Wow. Knew there was one. Had to be fishing there somewhere. Oh, shoot. That's not what I was expecting to hit my spinnerbait. So one of the things I like to do when I get to these ponds that I've never fished before, or any of these bodies of water I've never fished before, especially, mostly ponds though, so I gotta find fish. So we have to know if they're in there or not, if we're just wasting time. So I will always use the Senko. First thing I'll look for is any type of movement, bait fish, anything hitting the surface, and then I'll fish structure. Anything that I know that the fish will relate to before moving on to areas that may not be so obvious. There's plenty of places that you would think there should be some decent sized fish, but a lot of times there's not. Instance, there's an auto zone here down where I live, and there's a pond behind it, and it doesn't look like anybody would think to fish it. And I got there, and most of the shoreline's covered with weeds anyway, so there would be no reason to. It's hard to get into it, but I figured there might be some huge fish in there if it's not pressured at all. And like I said, the nice thing about pressured, non-pressured bodies of water is the fish will feed pretty regularly. And in about 20 minutes, I caught about 5 fish, but nothing bigger than 6 inches. And I went the whole way around the pond. So I know that's probably not a place I'm going to go if I want to catch some big fish. It was fun, but it's not what I wanted. Stay down. All right, that's number 3. Definitely not the monster I've been looking for, but I'll take it. Let's get him out of here. Nailed that coming off that brush, little brush pile there. Oh, that's a good fish. Swing him up here. Oh, come on. There we go. Wow. That's a good one. Nice healthy fish. Came up and absolutely nailed that right at the end. If you see here, you guys see that he's got a sore, so he's bottom feeding, rubbing off that log over there. Wow. Hit it right as I was about ready to lift that spinnerbait out of the water. Nice. Well, that's it. I'm gonna head home. It's wasn't too bad. We've been out here for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, caught 4 fish. That's not too bad, but it's I don't feel like I redeemed myself for missing that 6 or 7 pounder. That was there's a whole story behind it, and I'll tell it at a different time. It's just embarrassing, stupid on my part, real dumb on my part. But hopefully when I come back next time, I can redeem myself. But the main thing I want people to take away from this video today is when you're fishing a body of water you're not really familiar with, go ahead and just real quickly make a survey of what's available to you. Is there cover? Do you see fish moving? Do you see fish at all? And then if you get okays on those 3, I always fish a moving bait, and I fish a slow bait, usually a Senko and a crankbait, or a Senko and a spinnerbait, and I see if I can't locate some fish. And if they're small, they're small. If they're big, they're big. Either way. But I mean, have a good time doing it. And if you can find bodies of water that are in weird places, they don't seem like they're really pressured, or they don't have easy access to, those are probably the best places to fish. So I'll catch you guys next time. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.